So the next thing I'm going to do is fold the hem as well, just the same way we folded the waistline. We'll just fold the hem, but we are just going to fold it a little tinier than what we did at the waistline. So we are folding it half of an inch the first time and then the second time. So we fold it half of an inch once and then fold it again the second time. This is called a folded hem. The reason why we are doing it is so that we do not we finish off the raw edge of the fabric right here. So it's basically half of an inch but folded twice, just like this. So use your pin to stabilize the fabric and then make sure that you fold it all the way to the other end of the hem. Don't forget that you are folding inwards, like inwards, and on the wrong side of your fabric. So you're folding it this way, inwards, towards this part, which is the wrong side of your fabric. You're not doing it outwards. Don't forget, that is the way it should be done. The next thing I'm going to do is just, again, press it down so that I can easily stitch when it's time to hand stitch. If you do not have an iron, that's okay. But if you do have, if you do not have power, that's okay. The pin is good enough to stabilize your fabric. But I have my iron, so I'm just going to use my iron to press it down, just for a nicer finish of my hem. Okay. So I'm about to do this same stitch on the waistline that we previously folded. Remember the hemming stitch, or the blind hem, which I explained previously. So you're going to use that stitch for your waistline as well as your hemline, just to hold this part in place, so that after you're done you'll be able to pass your elastic through this casing. So I've knotted my thread, and I'm just going to do the same stitch that I did previously when I was explaining to you how to do a blind stitch. So it's the same thing. I'm going to hand stitch it all the way to the end of the other of the waistline. Just like that. So as you can see, I am making use of the exact a dark thread, which is almost the same color as the fabric that I'm working with. So that's exactly what you want to do. Okay. So keep stitching till you get to the very end of the waistline. This is it. I'm wondering if you can see it, but I'm sure you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is the other end of my waistline. I'm almost done stitching my blind stitch. So this is the end. I'm just going to stitch it one more time like this, and then lock it in by creating this knot. See it? So you just do that to secure your stitch tightly. Okay, then you can also repeat it again. Just secure your stitch tightly. Okay, so you want to also repeat this process on your hem as well. So you can see that it has been sewn and hand stitched all the way. Look at it. And this is the other part. Okay, so we have successfully created our casing for the elastic. So this is where the elastic would go in through. So this is the hem. So you want to repeat the same thing that you did for your waistline on the hem from start to finish. Okay, so after you do that, you can then pass your elastic. If you have a sewing machine, you would have quickly been able to just stitch right on this edge, but you know, you don't have, if you don't have one, this hand stitch can also suffice. And the same thing also applies to the hem. Okay, so do the same thing for the hem, and then I will show you how to pass in the elastic.